The King Shoei Barou.
Barou first debuted in Blue Lock in Chapter 5 as a member and top scorer of Team X in the match versus Team Z. But before I go into more details about the match and Barou's role in it, I would first like to point out the design and character traits of Barou at the beginning of the manga, which changed completely during the course of the manga. First of all, the design. If you look at Barou's design at the beginning of the manga more closely, it is clear that Barou had a different character design. He looked very slim at first and nowhere near as muscular as later. Particularly striking is his face, which also appears thinner and doesn't portray an aggressive and strong, but rather mysterious, fast and athletic Barou. Here I wonder whether there are disagreements between the story writer and the character designer at the beginning and they decided to adjust their design in the course of the manga because of the later plans for Barou, or whether the small breaks between the individual phases in Blue Lock, where Barou had the opportunity to build up muscles through strength training, served to give Barou an external development. As already mentioned, Barou's design has changed, as has his character. Although Barou was very self-confident and arrogant from the beginning, it is interesting that in the match against Team Z, Barou wasn't nearly as stubborn as usual. Barou even had eyes for his teammates and was willing to serve them with passes that even allowed them to score goals. So you could think that Barou would be a somewhat complete or rather different player at the beginning who could also show his playmaking qualities, before he changed his style of play in the course of the manga. As already mentioned, Barou's first match was versus Team Z. He completely dismantled Team Z with 4 goals and an assist, and Barou's main method of scoring is his powerful and accurate shot from a position near the middle of the goal. He can target the top right corner with incredible reliability, being almost guaranteed to score within a specific area around 29 meters near the middle of the goal. When outside of the specific area, however, Barou's accuracy can decrease sharply. If you take a look at Barou's past, you can see that Barou had always seen himself as superior and stronger than others because of his exceptional talent. Barou always saw himself in the main role, while the other players were just supporters or extras for him to play for. Although Barou was always obsessed with pursuing his own style of football, he doesn't actually really like it or have a passion for it. He is motivated by the need to face others who play football and to use his goals to drag them off the seat of main actor and replace them. The pleasure obtained through this is something Barou believes is only for the strong. Barou's view changed in a 3v3 alongside Isagi and Nagi versus Kunigami, Mikage and Chigiri. For the first time in his life, Barou didn't feel superior, and Isagi's resistance and dominance made Barou feel like an extra, so he decided to change his role and from now on appear as the villain who will devour and defeat Isagi. Nevertheless, it must be mentioned that Isagi helped Barou to temper his ego and keep his eyes open for other players and their ways of playing in order to improve himself. For example, when Barou asked Isagi about his understanding of football. So Isagi kind of became a friend to Barou, who earned his respect. In the most important test match of the Blue Lock team versus the U20 of Japan, Barou initially didn't have a starting place and wasn't enthusiastic about it, but remained calm on the outside and waited for his call-up. In the second half of the match, Japan took a 3-2 lead after a stunning bicycle kick goal by Shido, and Blue Lock were on the verge of defeat. Ego appeared perplexed, but Isagi urged him to pull himself together and come up with tactics that will lead the team to victory. Therefore, Ego decided to play his last trump card and subbed in Barou. Barou immediately made his presence felt and upset the coordination of Japan's defense due to his stubbornness and aggressive play, and not even Ego could have predicted in advance what would happen with Barou's substitution. But his substitution paid off, as Barou managed to break through the entire Japan defense at a crucial moment in a Blue Lock attack, and with a power shot, Barou shot the ball into the net for a 3-3 equalizer. The goal not only brought Team Blue Lock back into the game, it also lifted the morale of the entire team so that Barou played a decisive role in the team's victory. In Chapter 154, Blue Lock's Phase 2 was launched, where the players were asked to choose a league of their choice, where they would like to improve their skills and play for a place in the starting 11. Barou interestingly chose to play for Uber, which is interesting to see and pretty unexpected, as the Italian league is known for its defensive style of play. It will be interesting to see how Barou will improve his skills and possibly learn a defensive toughness and style of play as he is currently a purely offensive forward. Perhaps Barou will also train headers, for which he is not yet particularly known. So yeah, that's it for the evolution of Barou. Feel free to write in the comments what you thought of the video, whether Barou is one of your favorite characters, and otherwise, as always, stay safe and have a nice day.